Welcome to Destination Deanna. I'm Deanna, love guide to all and kept wife strategist to the women I'm called to serve. Please consider my channel your self-help learning library for love. Join me every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for our weekly coaching gem, where I give guidance to elevate your love experience. And on Wednesdays at 1 p.m., tune in for Sounds About Wife, where I give my unique wife perspective and prepare professional women like you to become kept wives. So hit that subscribe button and let's start this love journey together. See you soon, my loves. Welcome. We are back for this week's coaching gem. Let me get my background music. It's a little quiet. So, hey, you're going to see me hydrating because it is day 1 of my 75 flow challenge. And I got to get in a gallon of water, so y'all finna see it. Hey, for those of you who are new, my name is Deanna. I am the love guide to all, but the kept wife strategist to those I am called to serve. And you are here on Destination Deanna. Please consider this your self-help learning library for all things love. We talk about love attraction. We talk about dating with intention. We talk about kept wifing, all the things that you need to improve your overall love experience. And every Monday at 1 o'clock, I do a weekly coaching gym. And this week, we are talking about right concept, wrong application, or right idea, wrong execution. And we're going to be fixing some common dating mistakes. Now, I always start by saying what my intention is with the lesson. But first, got to shout out my amazing husband, who is always supporting in the comments. Hi, honey. So, my intention for today's lesson. Today, we're talking about how to recognize when you're applying good concepts, good knowledge, good ideas in all the wrong ways. Sometimes we're doing the right things. We're being loyal. We're being patient. We're being supportive, but we're doing it for the wrong reasons, wrong person, or wrong situation. So the goal isn't to abandon the concepts, but to understand how to apply them effectively in your dating and relationship life. Okay. Now, just like I'm clear on the intention of the lesson, I'm going to tell you what I'm not doing. And what I'm not doing means who I'm not talking to and what I'm not saying. Okay. So let me be clear. I'm not saying that you should give up on the ideas of loyalty, patience, support, understanding. I'm not here to tell you that you should stop giving people a chance to grow or that every relationship requires immediate results. I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is that there's a difference, a clear difference between holding on to potential or being delusional. So if you're one of the delusionals, I'm not talking to you. You can keep living in your delusion. But if you are one of the people that want to improve their overall love experience, want to attract transformational love into their life, I'm talking to you today. Okay. If you're sticking around for someone to maybe become the person you need, and they're showing no real signs of growth or a plan to get there, then you might be applying the right concept in the wrong situation with the wrong person. And I want to help you avoid that. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you're new here, I teach the lesson, I give you the information, I give you the coaching gem at the end. But we don't do Q&A. Q&A because I like to make it personal. I like to get to know you. I like to give you tailored advice. It takes place on my Facebook page for my subscribers only. So if you want to have the opportunity to ask your questions, to get tailored advice from me, you want to subscribe on my Facebook page, become a subby, and then you'll be able to take part in all of my challenges, like my 75 flow challenge that's going on now, or take place in my weekly Q&A that happens directly after the live. So if you want to take part in that, just go to my Facebook page, which is Destination Deanna, and click the subscribe button. All right. So let's get started. Hey, Carly, one of my subbies. Hey. So I also like to share my own experience with you. So you know that I'm never talking down to you. I'm never talking at you. I'm having a discussion with you. Many of the lessons that I'm teaching, I had to learn the hard way. So I don't want you to have to go through all of the dips, ups, and downs that I had to in order to get here. This place of transformational love and amazing marriage with my keeper husband. I want you to skip right to the good part. So literally, right? Let me tell y'all a little bit about, I'm sorry, let me put this up. So my experience, right? Let me tell you a little bit about how I was being loyal to a fault. So many of you know that I was previously married. And in that previous marriage, there came a time where I was upholding vows that my partner had abandoned, right? All in the name of being a good wife, showing up how I should, right? And I was doing all the right things. I was being patient. I was being supportive. I was being there for him in every way to support him, every way that I could. But I'll be honest with you, I was also being a bit delusional. I was ignoring the fact that there was no progress. I was ignoring the fact that I and our family was not a priority. I was ignoring the fact that my partner was choosing to prioritize himself, even when it wasn't in healthy ways. I was loyal to a vision of what our marriage could have been, but not what it actually was. And now, I see women saying they need to give someone time to grow into becoming a good man. Huh. And let me tell you, that only applies when that person is actively producing results and they have a plan for improving. If that is absent, it's just the potential that you see in them. And you all know, I do not recommend potential. No, at this big age, they need to come already potential. I say this all the time, right? They need to come already potential. And I say that because I've lived through it. I have, mistakenly put the time in hopes that the potential would be realized. So don't be like me. Don't be like me then. Be like me now. Okay? So let's go ahead and get right into the lesson. And this is what I want you to consider. This is the difference of perspective, right? These are the different things I want you to think about as you are dating, as you are actively in pursuit of transformational love, healthy love, healed love. One of my Kepties checking in. Hey, Alice, glad you're here. So here's what I want you to consider. The first thing is potential versus progress. So loyalty and patience are valuable. This is where it's the right concept, right? It's the right concept to be patient, to be loyal. But it's only right when it's applied to someone who's showing actual growth. And let me back this up, right? A 2016 study by Psychology Today found that relationships where both partners are actively working toward growth have a 70% higher satisfaction rate. Now, what does it look like when both people are not having a growth strategy, a growth path, a growth mindset? You'll hear, oh, we outgrew each other. No, you don't outgrow each other. One person grows and the other person is not growing at the same pace, in the same way, and it's a deterrent. And that's the thing about marriage. And I'll speak more about this on Wednesday on Sounds About Wife. In marriage, you have to have similar growth patterns, similar mindsets, or else you won't align. So here's the difference between the potential and progress. You don't want to invest in potential, but you can invest in a person that is progressing, in a person that is showing that they are producing fruit, okay? Producing results. Number two, for what to consider: delusion versus reality. There's a fine line between being hopeful and being delusional. Now, staying in a situation hoping for change when there's no effort or plan in place is a misuse of your time and your energy. That's when you're being delusional. It's okay to be hopeful when a person gives you something to hope in and you see them working towards things. You see them with an actual plan that they're working. Mind you, plan is not enough. They have to have a plan that they are working. So don't be delusional and go off of promises and go off of just plans that don't have action. Number three, and I'm huge on this: if you work with me, you are going to be accountable in a way that empowers you and changes your life. Accountability is key, right? A partner who is genuinely interested in growth will hold themselves accountable and they will take steps to improve. Especially when we're talking about being in the feminine, being a woman. You do not want to align with a man who is not accountable, because that's a man who you're going to have to drag along. That is a man that you're going to have to lead. And we know that that's not the right position for a feminine woman. So, according to a 2018 study by the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, accountability is one of the strongest predictors of long-term relationship success. What does this mean in layman's terms? If you have two people that can be accountable, that means they can hear things about themselves without always being offended. They can be told ways that they can improve. They will see ways themselves and make improvements. They will be able to look at how they're showing up and make adjustments. They are looking for ways to be their best self. So it's easy for them to be accountable. A person who's not accountable is a victim. Everything's always happening to them. People are always doing things to them. It's always someone else's fault. That's a person who cannot be accountable. Number four, right concept needs right timing. So being patient is great, but if you're waiting for someone who isn't making moves, you're just wasting time. And here's where the timing comes into it, right? Time is something you don't get back. So you want to apply your patience to someone who's worth your time. So It's the right concept to be patient, to give people the space to grow into their best self, but not unlimited amounts of time. You only have one life. And let me tell you, as a person who's on the other side, who is now making the most of their time, who is in a partnership that is actually elevating me, growing me, improving me, I always wonder how much further I would be in success, in love, in improvement if I would have stewarded better over my timing sooner. And number 5, and this might be my favorite one, right you, wrong situation. Right you. You don't want to be doing all the work on yourself to become an amazing woman, an amazing man, and then waste your potential in the wrong situation. And what's the wrong situation? Situationships where you don't have clarity, but you're acting like you're in a relationship. Long-term relationships where you are exclusive, but it's going nowhere. It's not leading to marriage and you want marriage. You're just kind of stuck in limbo. Or even marriages that are not fruitful and not submitted to God. They're all a waste of your time. They're all the wrong situations. So if you are showing up as the right you are becoming your best self. You need the right situation to flourish. Let me be your evidence. I don't delete anything. You can scroll back years and see my Facebook. You can even scroll back years and see some of my early YouTube videos. Look at me. Yeah, I mean, I look the same, but I don't. I don't look as alive. I don't look as happy. I don't look as in love, flourishing. I look like I'm just existing. And that's what was happening. I was becoming the right me, but in the wrong situation. And I do not want that for you. Oh, honey, I'm sorry I didn't see this when you typed it. That's a great dichotomy. Delusion, a false belief that is firmly held, even when there is evidence that it is not true. So that is when you're hearing someone's promises, you're hearing that they have a plan, but none of the actions align. Versus reality, that's the state of things as they actually exist. We have to get to the point where we start accepting our reality. Thank you, honey. That was awesome. So a quick recap of what to consider if you are taking notes. The first thing is potential versus progress. We don't want potential. They need to come already potential and progressing, right? Number 2 is delusion versus reality. We don't want to be stuck in delusion, just hoping, wishing, and praying. No, we want to be able to accept the reality that is. Number 3, accountability is key. Be accountable for what you're accepting, what you're allowing, and what you're attracting, and make changes. You want to have an accountable partner. So start with yourself. Number 4, right concept needs right timing. You don't want to be applying understanding, acceptance, patience, loyalty, and just letting time drag on where you're not seeing the fruit, you're not seeing progress. And number 5, you don't want to be the right you in the wrong situation. You want the right you with the right situation and right person. So now that I've given you the lesson and I've told you what to consider, now it's what to ask yourself, right? What to ask yourself. This is self-reflection. And if you are like me or one of my Kepties, you know we are all about journaling. Not only do we journal to get our observations and our thoughts out, but we journal to create the future. So I want you to consider and reflect on these things. Am I holding on to potential without seeing any real progress? So for those who are actively dating, actively in relationships, in a marriage, am I holding on to potential without seeing any real progress? Number 2, is this person showing signs of growth, or am I just hoping they'll change? Is this person showing signs of growth, or am I just hoping they'll change? Number 3, am I being loyal to a relationship, or am I being loyal to a fantasy? Am I being loyal to a relationship, or am I being loyal to a fantasy? Number 4, how do I distinguish between being patient and being stuck in a situation that isn't serving me? How do I distinguish between being patient and being stuck in a situation that isn't serving me? And number 5, the final one, what signs of growth and accountability am I looking for in a partner? And when I'm dating, are they present? When I'm in a relationship, are they present? As I'm in this marriage, are they present? So what signs of growth and accountability am I looking for in a partner, and are they present? Now, my final thought. This is Deanna's coaching gem. This is kind of how you can summarize the whole lesson. If you don't get anything from what I taught today, get this one thing. The right concept in the wrong hands is just wasted potential. Don't get caught up in being loyal to a fantasy. Apply your energy where it actually counts. No progress means time to move on. Now, I'm always going to make an invitation if you want to take your lesson further. So if you are a woman, I recommend that you find your feminine. I have a 6-video self-paced course that literally helps you identify where you might have lost your connection to your feminine essence. Then I have a video that helps you define femininity for yourself. So this is going beyond the pink and the frilly and the makeup and all of the aesthetics. It's talking deeper characteristics and helping you to define femininity for yourself. Then I teach you about the benefits of femininity and the benefits in relationships when you are feminine. I teach you about why men love feminine women. And I teach a lesson on how to follow a man's lead. This is literally the foundation for being feminine and being able to attract a quality masculine man. So if you know that you could benefit from that, I invite you to go to destinationdeanna.com. You can click on the banner and it'll take you right to Find Your Feminine, or you can select the curriculum tab and look at the array of different ways that you can work with me on your femininity, on preparing to be a kept wife. So that's my invitation to you. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this weekly coaching gem. Hey, Shock, I see you. Peace. Checking in there. And again, I welcome you. If you would like to ask a question, if you would like to get some advice on your specific situation, when I hang up on this live at 1:30, I'm going to go live for my subscribers on Facebook. So head over to Facebook, click subscribe. It's literally only 99 cents a month. Invest in yourself, invest in your love journey so that I can further support you. And I'll see you all who are going to come and tune in on Wednesday for Sounds About Wife. That is specifically where I'm focusing on my future kepties, the women who want to be kept wives, and my women who are wives already and want to improve their marriages. So I'll see you all on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Please remember, God is love. We are of God, so attracting love should be easy, especially when you have me as your guide. I'll see you all next Monday.